refers to our ability to pivot. I'll use some there. We've all have had a collective experience.
And I have to look at it this way, just taking a step back and going, okay, here's the problem, but there's probably greater ways of thinking about it than I'm used to or programmed. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I'm naturopathic Dr. Fiona Chin, co-founder of the Kidney Disease Solution and Kaigenesis. And I am joined again today by the wonderful Nicole Williams from K&I. So I'll just hand over to you. So walk us through, talk to me about adaptive thinking. First off, what does that actually mean?
Yeah, that's a great place. That's exactly where I was going to start. So adaptive thinking is a set of strategies, and it's a way to help us reframe our thoughts so that we can approach a situation in a new, more realistic way. Mm-hmm. It's about applying separate tools, or it's more about applying a different way of thinking about a circumstance or situation. Okay. And it refers to our ability to pivot. I'll use some there. We've all have had a collective experience of needing to pivot a lot in our lives in the last 3 years, right? But, it's just in the word itself, right? It's about the ability for you to be adaptive. But in this case, we're referring to the ability of your thinking to be more adaptive, more nimble. It gives you the flexibility, or it gives you more flexibility, and actually allows you to make a different decision. If you think of looking at something from like a 360 view versus just kind of head on, right? When we fall into some of like those common thinking challenges or patterns that we talked about before, those patterns cause us to think from a very narrow, lasered focus. And adaptive thinking steps back and says, wait a minute, I shouldn't just be looking at it from this place. Let me check this angle, or let me kind of go around the situation or the problem and look at it from a different point of view. And if I take a different point of view, do I have the ability to make a different decision or draw a different conclusion or approach it differently? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the best way I could think of to kind of explain what that means.
Right. So it really takes that so what I'm hearing is it takes that narrow lasered focus of here's the problem, and I have to look at it this way, just taking a step back and going, okay, here's the problem, but there's probably greater ways of thinking about it than I'm used to or programmed or habitually, how I habitually look at things. If I can just take another step back. So it's that meta-awareness that they talk about in the personal development world, of looking at it at a bigger scale of how else could I think differently about this situation and react from there. Is that,
yes.
Did I get that?
That's exactly right. Mm-hmm. I also think it's important to mention, just from our, from a neurobiological perspective, our brains we're wired for survival, right? So we're going to step into any situation, with the intention of wanting to problem solve. We're gathering the data, right? We're going to figure this out. Mm-hmm. And those are not bad things. I think sometimes we tend to want to figure out problems in the dark. And so the other way of thinking about this is simply taking a flashlight. You're taking a flashlight and you're really shining a light in the dark and getting a better perspective about what you're preparing to handle or tackle or do. So it's kind of shining a bigger light on the problem itself.
Yeah, and I hear that almost as a map. You're going to a cave, but you've got a flashlight and a map, so you can actually see where you're going. It's like the whole landscape kind of thing. If you liked the video, make sure you hit like and subscribe, because Nicole has got definitely some more pearls of wisdom to share with us. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Nicole. As always, thank you. And thanks for being part of our community. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.